And it's the finals, the last event of, well, last match of the day. Taahir Teladia against Josh Barlow. Taahir on Eldrazi Tron only lost to Hamza, who dropped earlier today. Josh on Abzan reverse. Both players played pretty well, got some luck here and there.
Taahir having a turn to smasher. Doesn't see that very often.
And Josh having a game 1 match win. So both players wishing each other luck. Taahir on the play because I seed. And
See if Taahir can do it again.
let's see. In this match, I think if Taahir goes Chalice on turn 2 or turn 1 even, because Simeon's pretty good for 1, I don't think Josh can really do much about it. I see a Simeon's pretty good, I see a land, not so much yet. Chalice,
Do you see a smasher?
I don't see a smasher. I don't think it's an Eldrazi temple either. Looks like a ghost quarter. That's probably a Mulligan card.
Taahir's in Mulligan.
I think it's a Mulligan cards, but he could actually have the Chalice. Yeah, I believe he has Chalice of the Void, 1 land, and Simeon's Spirit Guide.
I don't think he can actually keep this, man.
I think he can try. I mean, look at
too risky, I think.
Josh's hand. Thoughtseize, Lingering Souls, Lily of the Veil.
I mean, you're gonna use this Simmons Big Guy just to cast your expedition, or just to crack it at this point.
Well, no, we'll use the, I suppose. But the Simmons Spirit Guide will power out Chalice on turn 1.
I still think it's... I mean, the challenge is good, but... it feels a bit too aggressive just for one card. If Taahir starts missing some land drops and... they just play turn 2, gonna play Taahir never answers.
I think that Josh's hand was also relatively strong against against the turn 1 Chalice. Now we're about to see if Taahir gets a keepable hand. Well, see land, Simeon's Spirit Guide, and an additional land.
No chalice.
You keep in the sky. I think you could put that at bottom.
What is that?
I think it's another engine.
Sure.
Believe he has. The Eldrazi Temple.
So you could turn the Embryo?
Eldrazi Temple. And he's getting field seized, so.
Okay.
Pretty sure the ending is being taken.
So, yeah.
That looks like a one goal though.
No, I believe it is Embryo, semi-spirit guy in the corner. I think Taahir plays the one goals in the sideboard.
No, he has one main board.
One main board.
He has 9 in the side. Believe it's Eldrazi Temple, one goal engine. Oh wait, no, that's a Tron, never mind.
Just thinking you can actually beat this Quan as well.
The Quan is probably something that's not going to get cost. And yet it might regret having bottom that engine.
Yeah.
Can see him just tapping his deck, hoping to get another replacement. It's a tough choice here.
I still think that's the...
And if the top takes a smasher, that could be a problem. Thought not would be better because it only has a Lily of the Veil in terms of threats. I think that the temple there was probably wrong. He should have played the Tron land.
Sure.
because he top decked an additional Tron land. So he could potentially get natural Tron of this draw.
Was it Tom with?
He gets an expedition map, which would have potentially been natural Tron. Well, not natural Tron, but still Tron.
Yeah, I mean, you could have had Tron next turn, played the Khan,
Or the Wormcoil.
or the Wonko.
Although I think the Khan is a card
I think
you'd
it's-
rather put down.
Tall Swimming Spirit guy? Is it the Wonko? Is it the Wonko?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't a Wormcoil, it was
I think it's a Tron piece.
it was the Tron piece, yeah. So he could have had a Khan. Now the plus is going to force him to discard Simian Spirit Guide. And Josh attacks for 3, putting Taahir down to 17. I believe Josh shocked twice and took Thoughtseize damage.
I didn't crack the expedition map. Interesting.
Now he has a choice of... Oh, I think this is wrong.
I think you can still play off the Eldrazi Temple. Yeah. Matty Shaper.
I feel that was the wrong play. He should have attempted to dissolve Khan. When in doubt,
Because now he can
always
choose.
Khan.
Because now they can just make him discard the last card in his hand.
Yep. Because Josh knows it's a Khan.
I think Josh has another Lingering Souls that he can discard as well. So Josh has to plus here beforehand. Yeah.
And Taahir just discards Khan. Not even trying to fight through it.
Attacks. What Taahir could have done was crack the expedition up in response.
Then he can't play Khan anyway.
Fair enough.
I think
but you
just
still have a
holding-
chance of drawing a natural Tron.
Which is a bit worse than just keeping the Matty Shaper,
Sure.
discarding it to the Lily.
I think.
Yeah, I think he's
You have to
going
block.
to block so he can try and get a card.
Oh no. He's taking the damage.
I think that's 4. Puts him down to 13.
I think Josh and Ryan had some. Yeah. Some.
Plays Lingering Souls.
Soul Spirits.
Plays Lingering Souls again, possibly a Grim Flare.
12.
A card that Taahir could top deck here is
All his dust.
All Is Dust, which would really put the game out of reach.
I didn't have a look at the card. What was it?
He put it down immediately, I'm not too sure. Plays an additional Tron piece. Attacking Lily. Not too sure what his plan is here. Don't think this is an attack. Because he's played his land for the turn.
You just jump up. Sure.
So Taahir's gonna take a pretty big hit here.
I mean that Lily's close to ulting as well. Is that another Quave in his hand as well?
Seems like it. I think had died at Khan here, he could have easily exiled the Tarmogoyf, plussed up Khan out of reach of everything and just rode Khan to victory. Eventually exiling his opponent's Grim Flare, Lily, whatever he felt like. Alternatively, it could be the same copy of the same Tron piece.
I think it is.
Otherwise, it makes no sense for him to randomly discard a Khan.
Yeah. What's that?
Looks like an abrupt decay.
Targeting that.
It's going to get plussed out of his hand by Lily.
I mean, you just fish another land, isn't it?
Lily plus, make him discard the tower. Yeah, unfortunately, as I said before the game began, riding a Lily is one way for the green-black decks to beat Tron. So yeah, Josh just attacking for a bunch. Seems like 4.
Yeah, I don't think Toy can come back from this.
So I believe the Quaif was a 4-5 and the Grimfire was still a 2-2, so Todd went down to 7.
Yeah, that should be the game. I mean, all these are still out here.
I mean,
2 temples, 3 lands.
it's just about an out.
Yeah. We're going for game 2.
And in game 2, I think Todd is definitely bringing in the second copy of All His Dust, probably Khan as well.
I think Toy's is just slightly too slow.
Yeah, after the
too
Maul,
vulnerable to.
was a bit too vulnerable to Lily. I think he probably wants something like Relic of Progenitus, Ratchet Bomb, Pithing Needle, probably naming Lily, Khan Liberated, All His Dust. They're all cards he could bring in.
Warping Whale?
Warping Well, I don't think he has space for it. It can stop like a damnation, but at the moment, the question is what do you take out?
Stop it reverse, stops a forward seas. I mean, there's a fair amount of.
At this point, it's possible you just switch to basically a Tron deck.
Yeah.
Instead of an Eldrazi Tron deck. I think you still leave Chalice in, it's still very good against your opponent. You maybe don't want Simian Spirit Guide on the play, again. Unless you really want to power out the Chalice on turn 1.
I still think that's his strongest play.
I think Josh has a better time sideboarding here in terms of how easy it is to sideboard. He literally takes out Lily Last Hope because doesn't do that much against his opponent, then brings in
2 Ghost Quarters.
Ghost Quarters, Ramanap Excavator, Surgical Extraction. Possibly a Worship because it's a way to stay alive. However, his opponent is playing ways to actually deal with Worship. All His Dust, Board Wipe, Khan can exile Worship. I think Tahir's mana was just a bit too awkward there. So had those Tron pieces been different, it would have been a lot easier.
Just empowering out that Khan a lot earlier would change the game.
Ironically, had he kept the ending on top of his deck instead of scrying bottom,
Yeah.
he would have been ahead. His opponent wasn't doing many things very quickly. It's possible he was supposed to keep the first hand with turn 1 Chalice, however the risk of not drawing any further lands was the real risk there.
Yeah, that was too risky.
And players
probably skip the second and hoping that Josh didn't have any form of disruption, but I mean Josh playing how much?
I think it's 3 Thoughtseize, 3 Inquisition.
He's probably taking out the Inquisition now.
I think Josh has an easy sideboard take out. He's probably taking out Fatal Push as well.
Inquisition and is that
Abrupt Decay still hits Chalice, which is an important thing to get. Path to Exile still very good. I think like the Fatal Push and Inquisition are just not very good in this matchup. Collective Brutality also probably not that good.
Lingering Souls?
Lingering Souls is pretty good because the opponent still has to swing through them. At least blanks a couple of hits from Endringer, maybe even hitting Thought Knots here.
And it's good fodder for Lee's card for them.
Yep. It's more along the lines of what you side in for it if you're taking out Fatal Push and Inquisition already.
You said Taahir's taking out the reality smasher.
Interesting.
I would think that's one of the better cards of the matchup since most of the
I
single
think
cards.
it's because Liliana of the Veil is an actual card, so it becomes less useful. But I still think,
I still think keep it in there.
yeah, it's probably some number of Ballista that you take out. As it's good against Lingering Souls, but not against the rest of the creatures. I think Reality Smasher and Endbringer's ability to just go over the top of Josh's
Taahir took out
creatures.
most of the reality smashes.
Interesting. So switching to a bit more of a controlling package. I suppose like that's what switching to a Tron deck really means.
Yeah.
Probably just going for an actual Tron deck as opposed to an beatdown styled deck with unfair mana and unfair cards like Chalice of the Void.
I would have taken out the Mastery Shapers first.
I think Mastery Shape is okay in this match. I think it's sometimes better than Ballista just because it's a bit resilient.
Taahir took out all the ballistas, all the smashes, and I can't see what the middle card is.
Could have been. It can be a one of probably Ghost Quarter.
Sure.
I don't think Ghost Quarter is as important against this deck as it was against many of the other decks I displayed
I
against
just think
today.
it's a bit too many threats you're taking out at this point.
Deciding in basically just removal, Khan, Liberated, I'm going to
You're
assume
still on the play at the end of the day, man. You still want to try and
hit your opponent down before they hit you.
yeah.
Well, Tide likes switching things around post board,
Transformational.
going from an aggro deck to a deck that has no threats. I mean, Thought Knot's probably still very good here. Gets to eat the card from his opponent's hand, then give them a random card.
I think Thornton's probably the best creature in this matchup.
I think Smashes are very close second.
Yeah.
Endring is also pretty good. I don't think any of his creatures are terrible in the matchup. Even Mathery Shaper has his job. I think he was supposed to jump a bit earlier with it though.
I mean, like, a Reality Smasher with a Basilisk card on it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, even Walking Ballista with Basilisk Scholar is an engine that's really hard to play around.
So he doesn't play any Hangback Walkers, right?
I don't think he has any in his 75.
Sure.
It's an interesting take. A lot of these Eldrazi Tron decks have Hangback Walker somewhere.
I think it's pretty good against single target removal.
I think it's also pretty bad against Path to Exile
Yeah.
and Rest in Peace possibly. I need to recheck how that action actually works. And players just about ready to get started.
Guitarizing his Rasher Bomb, his Chalice, his Surgical, his Cavern, and another Chalice. All cards he wants to see.
I think it's a very, very strong hand.
I think it's a definite keep. On Josh's side, I can just see the reverse at the moment.
I don't think he has a way to deal with this challenge.
Just see you put the worship in.
I think it's a good option.
I like it.
I suppose there's only one real way his opponent can get past it. Unfortunately for Josh, Todd has actually switched away from the deal you damage plan.
Yeah.
But Josh doesn't know this yet. And of course, starting with turn 1 of Eldrazi Temple, as one should.
Does Josh have any form of disruption? Yes, he does.
Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's definitely taking the chalice, I believe.
I think the East 2 chalices and the
Oh,
one
sure.
masterpiece and
It's really hard to tell with the
I know
masterpieces.
it's
In future, for all those new to playing Magic, please make sure your cards match. It's easier to not give away information. And also easier to let commentators know what you have.
I think you still take a chalice though.
It's kind of unfortunate if he gets to dissolve one.
Yeah.
There's not much Josh can do about it if it does dissolve, aside from the two abducticers. Yeah, he's taking one chalice here.
Sure. He left the masterpiece.
Have to give him points for flavor.
Yeah, definitely. You always keep the foil.
I think you always take the foil. Make them play with.
It's not correct, Chappie. You always keep the foil.
I think you always take the foil.
You can't take someone's masterpiece away from them.
You can, and then when they put it back into play, you say.
I'm not really a man of foils, but I think you always leave it with him, man.
Sure, we'll agree to disagree on that one.
Sure. Another good card.
Unfortunately, no creatures to go with said good card and can't play the
The
chalice.
surgical in the upkeep for Chalice of the Void.
Oh, that's painful.
That is hurt. That is hurt.
So, yeah, a play Taahir could have made.
Yeah.
He surgical his own chalice to stop Josh from surgicaling it, then choose not to exile his chalices.
But then wouldn't the other one still be in the graveyard and still be able to
No,
target it?
No, because the other one doesn't hit the graveyard because Josh's one has no target.
Oh, sure, just exile one in the graveyard and see nothing found.
Yes.
Sure. Sure.
A small interaction, a lot of people probably wouldn't pick it up. Because it says you may exile those cards. Because Taahir does have surgical in hand, I believe.
Yeah, he does. Toy's hand's gotten a lot worse.
I think this misplay may cost him the final here.
I think so.
It'll be like Josh just having a look at what he's playing against. I noticed no reality smashes.
I think Toy has to play the Ratchet Bomber too, yeah?
Yep, doesn't have much else to do this turn. Plays Ratchet Bomb. Should probably tick it up to 2 as quickly as possible. And now Todd really needs to find something
You got
to
8
keep him
feet.
in this game. Matty Shaper?
Made Shaper and Basilisk Scholar?
Seems okay. Good way to stay at parity here. Any future threat that Josh will play will more than likely have to chump.
Path Exile off the top.
Unfortunately for Taahir, the way Path Exile works, with Matty Shaper, if you path it, you will no longer get the trigger because it gets exiled instead.
Toy needs to find, I think, a Thor not see you maybe?
And Josh just making sure he knows exactly what Ratchet Bomb does. Exiles all with the same CMC, not CMC or less. Yeah, we're going to see Lingering Souls. And yeah, so the Lingering Souls are out of range of. And here we see.
To traverse? To traverse Path and Worship.
It's going to be a pretty tough game for Taahir to win without any reality smashes. He really needs to draw a good couple of cards in a row here. Equipping the Basilisk Scholar is probably not quite enough.
Taahir looking at the Ramanap excavator.
It's quite you will have to keep in mind game 2. Also game 3. And it's really hard for Taahir to decide what to play around here. He's managed to get a good look at Josh's deck. And his next play is probably going to have to involve equipping a Basilisk Taller to a 3-2 Matter Shaper and attacking, gaining 3 life, killing 2 Lingering Souls.
I don't think you can block, man. You don't give Taahir the trigger at this point. You have the path.
Sure.
There's no cards in hand.
There could always be another target for the path though.
True.
But it does have access to 4 mana. Now let's see what he do for this turn. Sure, just equipping. Attacking for 3.
Yeah, Josh takes it.
Taahir goes up to 23. Josh goes down to 15, I believe. Actually, no, the surgical from both sides.
I believe he thought he's as well.
Yes. So yeah, it was shock, Thoughtseize, surgical, which is 6, and he's taken 3, which is down to 11. Like, because Josh has this path here, it's not much Taahir can do about losing this Matter Shaper.
I think Josh will out for like 1 or 2 more turns. Just in case that Thought Not Seer does hit the table. At the moment you what? Oh, he's on 11. Sure.
Yeah.
You still have a bit of time though.
He is in fact passing.
That's a good card. I think Taahir needs to bait Josh into using this path to exile on this Matter Shaper as much as possible. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we are gonna see the path.
Taahir does have the combo in hand now.
What, Ballista plus?
Inbringer.
Oh. I see. Unfortunately, not enough lands to cast it this turn.
Yeah. So, I mean, Josh can't really fetch any creature in his deck that's gonna not tie to Ratchet.
Only Eternal Witness.
Yeah. All the Ramen have excavated now.
Alternatively, could just fetch 1 Tarmogoyf and threaten with just that.
Yeah.
Players deep in the think tank here.
I think Taahir needs to maybe fetch a land now.
Yeah, he has to get probably Eldrazi Temple.
Yeah. Just so that maybe next turn he can play Imbringer and equip the Basilisk Scholar.
Yeah, for the most part. I believe the equip costs 2 though, so he might
I think
not
he has
have
2
enough.
temples on the field already. It's Temple, a Tron piece and a waste.
Oh sure.
I'm choosing not to. Oh, that is it. That is it.
What top deck Lily of the Veil?
Top deck Lily. Hopefully Taahir fetches in response.
Yeah, now the choosing not to fetch seems pretty wise.
Taahir.
The problem, however, is even if he does that,
Yeah.
the Lily will minus the next turn because the Endbringer doesn't have
Oh, sure.
haste.
I mean, you could have killed with the Ratchet Bomb though.
That's true. He moved Ratchet Bomb up to 3. It's not looking too great here.
I still don't think he's in the worst position. Because that reverse and it looked pretty bad.
There's also a relic, so
In response to the cost of the reverse, you can.
I'm not too sure.
Correct.
I believe it is a replacement effect.
Sure.
So I think it sees Delirium first. Then you disable the Delirium. So the second one won't fetch a creature, but I think the first one will.
I think Josh is trying to find it out as well now.
But to find out.
I believe that you'll be able to just fetch a basic.
It's possible.
Because it will go on the stack. You'll sacrifice the graveyard in response. And when it checks, you won't have Delirium.
Yeah. I think that's one of the ways you could do it. And well, Josh seems to have his question answered. Let's see if we can hear exactly what they were talking about. Tax for 2. Puts Taahir down to 11. Casting to reverse. So Josh deciding not to play into anything here.
Did Josh resolve his reverse? I don't believe he did.
Don't think so either. I don't recall him fetching a creature.
He has 1 plains, a forest, so he should have. Is this one on the field already?
Yes.
Oh, sure. Okay, so nothing to fetch.
A classical stay fest here. Both players unsure what line to take exactly.
Josh taking 3 as well.
Shocking himself down to 8. And not too sure what that is. That's a worship actually.
Yeah.
I believe that it is actually on 17 because he took 2 that turn. Base 3, 4, sorry.
Still think
Thought
he's in a very
here.
good position, yeah. But Josh is only on 8.
Equips the Thought Knot. Unfortunately, with worship in play, it's pretty hard for Thought Knots here just to beat down. And so we'll see if Josh can swing through this Thought Knots here. And now we're probably going to see a path to exile.
I think it's Lily of the Veil they're into.
Tax for 4, Death Touch, Lifelink. Goes up to 19.
Oh, Lily and Damnation.
I went down to 4.
And there's the Ghost Quarter.
I don't know if Taahir can actually fight through this board state right now.
It seems like a lot.
Reality Smasher would be a nice draw.
There's a Khan. How is Toys lands looking?
That's not enough, unfortunately. He's a land short of Khan because he keeps not fetching his expedition map.
I think they realized that as well. No, but what's his Tron looking like? Why did he crack one of these to
He only has the same piece.
the same piece 3 times?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Pretty hard to decide where to go next in this match. Josh just figuring out the way he could actually survive here.
I think I needs to fetch in response.
Yep.
There we go. I think you fetched the fourth one out of the same one.
Probably. Unfortunately for Josh, no more lingering souls going to be of assistance here.
Yeah.
He fetches, so is mine. And shuffling up. He really just needs to draw something that develops his board, puts pressure on his opponent, anything like that. He just passes the turn back.
Okay, so I still
Not too sure what he's looking for here.
because he drew a relic for the turn.
The relic's not really doing anything here. Now,
Do you play crack?
he could blow up the 2 tokens, but then still has to worry about the refurbish. That's a lot of tough decisions to make in the final. So he's probably wondering how he can get back into this game without risking losing everything.
Because I think you kind of need to keep the relic for discard to Lily, but you also need to find a land. Ah, it's a very difficult position to in now.
He just needs to fetch. Well, the thing is, even if you find any land that only runs through bedroom. And Josh untaps. And yeah, not too sure how Taahir is actually planning on winning this game.
Okay, he cracks the relic. Let's see what does it do. Can't see what it is. There is a ratchet bomb.
Looks like a ratchet bomb. Ratchet bomb.
Ratchet bomb does clear out the tokens.
Fortunately, may want to clear out the lily of the veil.
Yeah.
Tokens aren't hitting him especially hard.
I think you just discard the ratchet bomb, man. I think Khan's the only way of winning here.
Probably.
Yeah, this guy's gone.
I'm not too sure I like that play.
I think you have to ride Khan.
If he top takes a land.
Okay, sure. Oh no, it's Wormcoil.
Oh sure, that's a lot better than.
That's probably one of the better draws.
Yeah, with 6 mana, no guarantee of getting a 5th land. I mean a 7th land. I'm not too sure if Josh can actually kill a Wormcoil here.
I mean, you could Lily minus and then Damnation.
Like Lily minus
That's a
puts
lot
Lily
of
to
resources.
1. So yep, he's tossing.
The thing is, Josh is just dead if Taahir pulls a walking ballista at the top.
Yeah, we can just kill both
Oh no, but
blockers.
Taahir decided out all walking ballistas.
Oh,
Sure.
right.
Or he's dust.
Doesn't have 7 mana.
Yeah.
As I said, it's a hard thinking match here. Both players taking the time to review what's their best out, their best lines. Sometimes not getting to the line they would have preferred. Maybe being put under pressure, having to think pretty quickly. For those who want to see change views, like looking at their hands, there's a damnation which Josh can use to follow up after minusing a lily.
I think it's fine at this point. Because you have a Tarmogoyf in hand now as well.
He can then follow up. Well, we can't follow up with a Tarmogoyf because he only has 5 mana.
Oh, sure.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, you should have wanted to gain another 6 life at this point.
Yeah, gaining 6 is one of those things. Like Taahir sitting at what, 23, I believe.
Yeah, just like Josh is gonna go ahead and do it.
Goes to 22 now. Damnation.
Do you exile the one to cast the other one? I think you have to. There's no point, right? Because you're gonna discard the one.
Yeah.
And at this point, you don't need mana anymore. I suppose you still have a con.
Well, he doesn't have a con to get anymore. Tarmogoyf, the lily ticks up.
Oh, that is a card.
Wow, all is dust. Off the top, reset the entire board.
I do.
Back to the start of game 2. 6 lands versus 6 lands. All that stands between them is a Basilisk Scholar.
Top deck was.
Ghost Quarter off the top.
Okay, Josh is winning so far. Josh is definitely top decking a lot better at this point.
I think that is a...
Tribal? From?
No, I don't think it's tribal. It's still going to be a 6-7. So I believe Todd going down to 24. I mean, going down 6 to 16. Oh, there's an enchantment
Oh,
as well.
isn't Eldrazi a tribal?
Oh yes, and
What
that's
is
a
that?
tribal sorcery.
Is this the full Goyf?
I think it's an 8-9 Tarmogoyf.
Is that the largest you can go in?
I'm pretty sure that's the biggest you can make a Tarmogoyf.
It's been a while.
Could be a world enchantment as like the final form.
That's pretty decent.
Top deck is...
Battery shape with a Basilisk Scholar on it.
It's not bad. Has Death Touch, has Lifelink.
See another card. It's pretty good.
Hopefully it's a good card.
I mean, what else can you do but throw bodies here?
I wonder what Josh
I think you throw
ended up
the
getting.
Grim Player?
I think you have to attack into it with something.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's just the Grim Player though.
Yeah, he even gets to scry at top 3.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd will gain 2 from the exchange, but actually no, gain 1. But that's not much of a downside here.
I've seen the Goyfin as well.
Sure, it's definitely just going to be a trade with the Goyfin. So, Todd about to lose 1, and then Josh possibly going to fatal push the...
I think he just didn't need to take out before the
Sure.
Grim Player.
That makes sense. Not too sure what his last card is.
I think
Would
it's
assume-
Grim Player.
I would assume it's not a fatal push. I'm going to assume that got sided out. And Josh's deck looking pretty thin. So yeah, Tide taking 4, gaining 3, so losing 1. and waiting for the sponsors. I'm not sure there are any. Trigger from the Matthew Shaper.
Oh, it's a land out the deal.
Gets a Ghost Quarter. He could actually start Ghost Quartering Josh's lands away. So yeah, he took one there, I believe. Then 40? No.
Okay, Josh Pins all.
Plays another Grim player. Passes the turn. Walking Ballista is out of the deck, so that's not a top deck from there.
Thought it's 2 turns, but I mean Josh is gonna see what 8 almost.
Well, it's not going to be 6 cards, it'll be about whatever he doesn't want to see.
Yeah.
Thought sees to reveal the last card.
Simian Spirit Guide.
It's a Simian Spirit Guide he could not cast. And oh, okay, that seems to be lethal. We probably missed an attack by a Goyf at one point.
Quite a bit, yeah.
It was quite a slow game. Taahir has lost in the finals, unfortunately for him. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for the standard qualifiers. We won't be on coverage. It will be, I believe, Gabriel Macon and Chris Graham.
We'll be on table 14, I believe, Choppy.
Yeah, table 14.
Table 14.
Seems about right. See you guys next time.